So far, we're not even getting water so far. But does it stop the plant them from produce? No, it don't. Does it stop the plant them from do well? No, they're still doing well, even though yes, yes, I truly appreciate the rate. I'm telling you right now. You see, we still getting massive pepper. You see what I'm saying? We still getting massive pepper. Our eggplant them is still producing. Watch, still producing. Even though we not getting rain. Does it stop the plant from growing? No. Does it stop the plant them from producing? No. You see what I'm coming from? Look the surface of the soil. You're going to know that these plants really don't get water. You could see. You could see that they don't get water. Look, look. Look at the soil on top of them, but do it you see. Any any effect like they look like they're not getting water? No, because I plant them deep. Over here, let me show you what's going on over here with the bell pepper them. These are bell pepper and they're looking green as beautiful as just like they're getting water every day. They're still producing nice big bell pepper. It doesn't stop them from producing flowers. It doesn't stop them from producing pepper. Okay. Melinda Roberts said, do you have a irrigation system? No, no irrigation system. No type of system. No type of system. I just depend on the rain. I only depend on the rain to wet my plants. This is why I'm saying, in order for your plants to survive a drought, in order for your plant to survive growing without water, they have to plant deep. They have to plant deep. 10 to 12 inches. How deep water planted? These plant 12 inches deep. So if they plant 12 inches deep, it takes a lot of time before the sun. And I did my research on that. I seen for myself. It takes a lot of time for the sun to get down to 10 to 12 inches deep. It takes a lot of time. Within a month, you might only see 3 inches to 4 inches layer thick of soil where the sun penetrates. To 12 inches, it's going to take time. So if you really want to grow your plants and you don't want to be wetting them, you have to plant them 10 to 12 inches deep. The soil is like rock on the surface, as you could see, but does it affect in the growth of these plants? Does it affect anything? No. They're still producing pepper like crazy. All of them loaded with pepper, blossom, even though the top okay. Either they're still producing and they're growing. Some of them already 6 feet tall. You understand? Some of them 5 feet plus. Look this one. This one is over 6 feet already. This one here. This one here, over 6 feet tall. These over 5 feet tall. Does the water stopping them from grow? No, not at all. Look this one here. This one here is heading for 7 feet now. This one here. This one is actually headed for 7 feet. Do you see water affecting this plant? No. No water affecting it. It's still growing. You see what I'm saying? They're growing and they're producing. So yes, so this one is over my head. I have to point up to this one here. This one is almost 7 feet at this moment. It's pepper plant. Yes, this is a pepper plant. This is a bell pepper. This is bell pepper. Heading for 7 feet at this moment. Look here. This one have on two nice, beautiful pepper. And this is the next one. This limb needs staking because you see, so that one have on three nice pepper. Plus it have one coming here. Plus we see in blossom. You see what I'm saying? So what we see that these plants without water is doing really well. Just now, in a few weeks, you will be seeing bell pepper up in this place like, I'm telling you, you already see they coming. You already see they coming already. This one here, 6 feet plus already as well. Okay, let me see that. I've never been able close get mine taller than 20 inches. Really? Well, you got to follow me, sis. If you follow me, you're going to learn a lot about growing bell pepper. All right? Is it humid air at night? Yeah, it does be. Yeah, it does. It is. Yes, it do. In the night, it feel hot. You got to really deal with your AC in the night. Yes. Thank you, Goria, thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you all. Guta, he is a pro. Yes, thank you, thank you. How long have you been planted? They have been planted. Well, I plant them in these bell pepper in the ending of April. I plant them in the ending of April. These bell pepper in the ending of April. These bell pepper, guys, come from a 8-foot bell pepper tree. I grow a 8-foot bell pepper tree and the seeds them, this is the seeds them from that bell pepper tree. And these bell pepper grow really massive peppers, massive peppers. You see what this one here? This limb needs staking up. They love that. That's all they need. Yes, yes. Do you believe in hedgehog? What is that? Hedgehogs? No, I'm not sure what that is, guys. Would have questioned me. Would have guessed me. No, only April. The ending of April. I planted mine in April too. That's the start of the new year. Okay. Well, do you take cuttings? Do you do cuttings? You know what? Let me show you a cutting that I did. Cuttings for pepper, yes. I'm going to show you a cuttings right here. This one here, this break from this tree here. This piece right here, this break from this here, and I add it and I plant it here and it's growing. So sometimes you could use cuttings like and plant them in different areas. It works. I've seen it works many times. Because sometimes the wind might break down a limb for me, and what I do, I take it and chuck it in the ground and it start growing just like this one here. This one start growing right here. No, the only fertilizer I add to my plants is what I make myself. Like for instance, I'll take different type of plants and add them in water and allow them to break down. I also take the weeds out of the garden and put them in the area and allow them to dry down. Then I sprinkle them around my plants. Oh, no, I'm here, but like it's trying to rain. You see, guys, all these are beautiful eggplant just growing, even though no rain is coming, which I'm here the rain like it's trying to come down. Man, this will be exciting. This will be exciting if a shower or rain come down right now. Yes, guys, so I don't use anything from the store. I make my own compost. Sometimes I might see a tree break down and rotten. And what I'll do, I'll go inside and scrape out the inside and sprinkle them around my plant, which this is what I did right there. You see, guys? Nice massive pepper and it's still young. Okay, you get that goes. Yes, thank you. Hey, Tinika, how you doing? Tinka, how you doing? Eggplant, yes, definitely. Take the nitrogen from the compost. Definitely. All right, guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, guys. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Hey, Time Commander, how you doing? Time Commander say, I bury in ground kitchen crap is best. All right, well, you do what work for you. Yes, if it works for you, that's wonderful. I don't mind using kitchen crop, but the only kitchen crop I'm going to use is if I grow it. You see what I'm saying? If I grow it, yes, like my pumpkin, like my squash, my edo, the skin them, I'll put them back in my garden. But if I don't grow them, I'm not putting anything in my garden that I don't know, because sometimes we introduce a lot of parasite in our garden without even acknowledging it. Because, you know, sometimes you get a fruit. When you do look, you see a worm up inside there. You might take it and throw it in your compost pile. Organic, yes, definitely. You might take it and throw it in your compost pile. Next thing you realize, you introduce a different species of bacteria, worm, in your garden. Now this thing start messing with your plants them. It start messing with your roots. It start creating more and more and more. Next thing you have a whole situation in your garden. So when you do an organic garden, you have to try to stay away from a lot of things, because if you don't, you're gonna have situation, a lot of bugs, unwanted bugs in your garden that you don't want, that eating down your plant, that every time you pepper put on fresh leaf, something eating off the top. You have to be careful what you introduce to your garden, because when your plants them start producing, you see, watch these plants. If you notice how these plants produce, look at these plants, right? These things don't stop produce. This right to the crown. You see where the crown? Right to the crown. You see it have a blossom right there. Right to the crown. This breed of pepper, I'm telling you right now, this breed of pepper, anyone should try to get seed from this breed of pepper. These pepper do not stop produce until the frost. And they don't stop growing either until the frost. So they just keep growing, they keep growing, and they keep producing. What a lot of people do, I'm going to give you another idea what a lot of people do. A lot of people don't understand that pepper does not like their root to be sitting in water. Pepper does not like their root to be sitting in water. You see how these pepper plant, they plant on a bank. So now any water is gonna run, it's not gonna be settling at their root. You see what I'm saying? It's not gonna be settling. This, when the water come and soak down, it's gonna soak down and run off. A lot of people don't know that. Well, a lot of people do. They feed their pepper with so much water that the water settle at their root, and then what start happening? You realize your pepper produce a crop, then you realize flowers start falling off, then you realize you see the young pepper them start falling off because water. Then you realize, you see, let me show you this. You see how these pepper have this rich green color? This is how you want your plants to look. Yes, well-drained soil.